What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to the latest Liverpool transfer news video. And in this video we will talk about Nicolas Pepe because there has been a major news about this transfer saga. It looks like that Pepe has decided that he will move to an English Premier League club, and considering that only Arsenal and also Tottenham are in for Nicolas Pepe, apart from Liverpool of course, and Liverpool are heavy favorites to sign this guy, I think it's safe to say that Nicolas Pepe's chances of moving to Liverpool just doubled or tripled, because Bayern Munich were probably the other team who were very heavily linked with Nicolas Pepe, because Bayern lost Arjen Robben and Frank Ribery. But African journalist Sega Diallo now tweeted that he will move to England. Nicolas Pepe will want to play in the Premier League, which we already sort of knew, or we knew that his playing style and his physicality would be perfect for the Premier League. And this guy is an electric winger, and he would be perfect for Liverpool because he is just 24 years old, but he scored 23 goals for Lille this season and they qualified for the Champions League. Only Mbappe scored more goals in the French league than Nicolas Pepe, who scored 22 goals in the French league. So let me know in the comments below, do you want Liverpool to sign a Nicolas Pepe? And also, if you enjoy these transfer news videos, leave a like, it really helps me out. It shows me that you guys enjoy these videos and want more. Nicolas Pepe recently suggested that he wasn't aware which club he would be playing for next season, so he still hasn't made the decision, but African journalist Sega Diallo tweeted out this: "In the heart of Nicolas Pepe, the battle for the country is won by England, who has the preference of the player without further details," which means that an English club, a Premier League club, is the wanted destination for Nicolas Pepe. Bayern will have to take the big game out to change their minds. That's what this journalist tweeted, who also broke the Naby Keita transfer news a few years ago, so he knows his stuff. And also respected RMC journalist Mohamed Bouhafsi, who has been on top of the Nicolas Pepe to Liverpool transfer saga in recent months, he actually responded to the tweet with the suggestive eye emoji, which further raises the hopes of Liverpool supporters. And oh my goodness, I can't tell you guys how excited I am for this guy to come to Liverpool, because he is exactly the type of player that Liverpool want and Liverpool need. He could slot into the Sadio Mane role or the Mohamed Salah role without Liverpool actually having to change their tactics, which could be crucial, because every time, you know, Shaqiri plays instead of Salah or Origi plays instead of Mane, Liverpool have to alter their tactics, because those players are different types of players to Salah or Mane. And I'm not saying that Nicolas Pepe is as good as Mane or as good as Salah right now, but he has the same characteristics and a similar playing style to those players. He's very quick, very agile, fast, skillful, he can go past people, he can cut inside onto his other foot, and also he can score goals. And I think Liverpool need a winger like him who could come in and just play in any of the forward roles, because Nicolas Pepe can even play up front, and he has played some games up front. This player is already at the Africa Cup of Nations with Ivory Coast, and they are in a good position to qualify for the knockout stages in the Africa Cup of Nations. And Nicolas Pepe is certainly leaving Lille. Even their manager Christophe Galtier confirmed that Pepe is leaving Lille, and he confirmed that in May. So Pepe has been weighing up his options, and also he's seeing which clubs are interested in him. And it looks like that out of Bayern Munich and Liverpool, it looks like he will choose Liverpool. I don't think he would choose Arsenal over Liverpool, even though Arsenal also need a winger like Nicolas Pepe. But Arsenal are not in the Champions League, and Liverpool are the most attractive clubs in England, apart from Man City. And Man City don't need a winger. So I think that leaves Liverpool as the favourites for Nicolas Pepe to sign for, and I'm really looking forward to this transfer saga developing. And the Lille boss in May said, "Football is like that today. Pepe is the player of the highest level who will have a big decision to make on the choice of his next club. There will be a battle between the great European teams. I hope that he will take a good amount of time to think about it, do his research like he did when he came here and when he decided to stay at Lille last summer and find the right project. Liverpool are, I think, looking to make maybe 2 big signings and 1 or 2 smaller ones in this summer transfer window. And Mohamed Bouhafsi, the RMC journalist, who also tweeted not too long ago that he actually knows that Liverpool are waiting out the Pepe saga as the player is deciding on his next move. And he actually posted a photo with Nicolas Pepe. So he was standing next to Pepe, which means that they have a personal relationship. And let's not forget that this journalist, who also gave a very interesting reply to this Diallo tweet with the suggestive eyes emoji, that he knows something insider information. Let's not forget that this journalist is the same individual who gave us inside information on the Nabil Fekir transfer saga, on Fabinho actually signing for Liverpool, a fact that almost every Liverpool-based journalist knew nothing about the Fabinho transfer saga. But this journalist knew 1 or 2 days before Fabinho was actually signing for Liverpool that we are in for him. And 23 goals and 12 assists for a 24-year-old winger is a very, very good return, very good numbers, even though it is the French league, so you have to take it into account that he probably won't score 20 goals in his first season in the Premier League. But once he gets accustomed to the Premier League, I think he can post similar numbers to Sadio Mane and Roberto Firmino, which means that on average he could get around 15 to 20 goals every season for Liverpool. And I think that would be a brilliant return. I'm really, really excited about this. And what I'm especially excited about is that leading football finance expert Kieran Maguire has claimed that Jurgen Klopp could spend another £150 million this summer should he choose to make use of Liverpool's flourishing cash reserves, which means that Liverpool could sign Nicolas Pepe and even one more big player, and we could still have some money left over. And that is the testament of how well Liverpool are run, that now with the sponsorship deals, the TV money, and also the Champions League revenue, Liverpool have a 150 million transfer budget sitting in the bank waiting for Jurgen Klopp to spend it. And that is a very healthy situation, because should a player like Nicolas Pepe become available, a player that Jurgen Klopp wants at Liverpool, sooner or later Liverpool can move this for this guy or anybody else who becomes available. And this is what this finance football expert said, and I quote: Liverpool finished second in the Premier League and actually generated more money from TV from the Premier League than Manchester City, because they were on television live more often. Combine that with the additional revenue from the Champions League, and Liverpool's cash reserves are very high. They can sign practically anybody they choose. If Jurgen Klopp feels there are still 1 or 2 places missing in the terms of the squad, they could spend 50-60 million pounds on a player today, absolutely. Plus the fact that Liverpool don't need to sell and players don't want to leave. They had issues with Coutinho, Suarez and Sterling, but I don't think those issues will arise again for a good while. So they are in a very strong position in the market. Just my comment: we had issues with those players because some of them really wanted to move to Spain to play for a big club like Barcelona, and others like Sterling wanted to move to a club where they can guaranteed win trophies, like Sterling went to Man City and he is winning trophies there. But now Liverpool are also a big club winning trophies, so there is no real reason for Salah or Mane or Firmino or anybody else to leave Liverpool to a big club where they can win trophies, because they can do it at Liverpool. And I think that is very, very crucial in the development of this team, that we keep hold of our best players and we keep adding to the squad every big transfer window. That is very, very exciting. And this finance football expert said they could spend another 150 million pounds if they wanted this summer. That's the quote coming from Maguire. And he also said, I think Jurgen Klopp is very pleased with the squad. He has also had some absolute bargains in the likes of Andy Robertson, Trent Alexander-Arnold, who came through the academy, and those two alone will have saved about 100 million pounds. That's a big statement, but if you would say how much would Trent Alexander-Arnold or Robertson cost for Liverpool to sign right now if they played at another club and won the Champions League, that could be 50 million each. That's not actually an exaggeration that Liverpool saved about 100 million pounds by developing those two players. Maguire closed out with saying this. So it's not just about spending big, it's about spending smart as well, which you have got to give Liverpool a lot of credit for. And I think that's a very, very good interview and very exciting. Of course, Maguire, who is a football finance expert, is just using his economic knowledge to explain that Jurgen Klopp has the potential to spend big. It doesn't mean that Jurgen Klopp definitely will spend that money, but it just means that Liverpool are in such a healthy financial position that the money is available should Jurgen Klopp choose to spend it. And if a target like Nicolas Pepe in this instance becomes available, and let me tell you, Nicolas Pepe is more than available, he actually wants to play in the Premier League, so what more do Liverpool need to move in for this guy? Then Jurgen Klopp can actually spend more than 100 or 120 million pounds, and I think that's very, very exciting, very good news for all Liverpool fans. Nicolas Pepe was actually born in France, but his parents are from the Ivory Coast, so he represents the Ivory Coast national team. And Nicolas Pepe started out his career at Angers, which is like a smaller French club, and then he went out on loan to Orléans. But then he signed for Lille in 2017, which I think was probably the best move of his career so far, because at Lille he actually had the perfect team setup, because he could really flourish, scoring 14 goals in his first season and then 23 goals in his second season is an outstanding return, a really, really outstanding number. And Nicolas Pepe also was hesitating on choosing his club because he wants to sign for a club where he can also flourish, like at Lille. So he's very smart about his transfer decisions, his transfer choices. He wants to play for a club where the fullbacks are overlapping him on the wing, which could free up a lot of space for him, because the fullback usually takes the defender's attention, or usually takes one defender away, which means that Nicolas Pepe would have more space to operate in. And that's, I think, a very, very good thinking from Nicolas Pepe, that he chooses a club where his playing style would be suited to the club's tactics, to the club's playing style. And I think Liverpool suits Nicolas Pepe down to the T, because we have overlapping fullbacks. So even if Pepe plays on the right or he plays on the left, we will have Robertson and Trent Alexander-Arnold bombing on, overlapping Nicolas Pepe, whatever side he's playing on. And that means more space for Pepe, more opportunities to shoot on goal, to score, to get assists. And as I said, Jurgen Klopp wants another forward. Because we lost Daniel Sturridge, we have the wages available. Remember that Sturridge was on £100,000 per week, weekly wages. So that means that massive wages are freed up, and we can use that on Nicolas Pepe. So we can only, as I said, we only need to pay the £60 million asking price of Lille. And I think that is more than available for Jurgen Klopp. So let's go for this guy. Let's talk a little bit more on the Rafael Camacho to Sporting deal, because we got 5 million for him, but we also inserted a 20% sell-on clause in his contract, which means that if Sporting decides to sell Rafa Camacho at any point in the future, which they will most likely sell, because Rafa Camacho is a very talented player, and I think if he plays regularly at Sporting, he could become a 20-30 million pound player. And if Sporting sell to somebody for just, let's say, 20 million, Liverpool get 4 million back from that deal. But also, we have a buyback option inserted into the Rafael Camacho's deal, which means that if Rafael Camacho indeed becomes a world-class player, Liverpool can buy him back automatically without any club having a say in that for a cut price deal. So that means that if Camacho becomes a player who is worth like 40 million pounds, Liverpool can still buy him back for like 10 or 15 or 20 million. We don't know the exact figures in the contract, of course, but that is, I think, another very shrewd business by Michael Edwards. And honestly, Michael Edwards has been an absolute legend, an absolute hero of Liverpool. His transfer decisions is nothing short of amazing, and I applaud this man, because remember that we sold players like Mamadou Sakho for 26 million pounds, Danny Ings for 20 million pounds, Dominic Solanke for 19 million pounds. Those are like crazy deals. Even Brad Smith, left back, who I think haven't even played for the Liverpool first team regularly, we got like 6 million for him from Bournemouth, and these are just brilliant deals. And if we want to sell Wilson or Ryan Kent, for Wilson we could get 20-25 million, Ryan Kent 12 million. So this means that Liverpool are actually not just buying smartly, but they are selling smartly, and that is like almost as important as buying smartly, because if you can sell some of your flinch players or players who want out, players who are not really in the first team squad, and if you can sell them for a big profit, that means that that money can be reinvested into the playing squad. I mean, selling Coutinho for 142 or 44 million pounds, whatever it was in the end, is also an incredible business, because Liverpool strengthened their team so much with that amount of money. We bought Alisson and Van Dijk and maybe even another player like Shaqiri from that money alone. So one big superstar sold and three really big stars bought, which won Liverpool the Champions League ultimately. So it has been a magnificent investment, but we have to keep doing it, because the other big teams will improve in Europe, they will improve in the Premier League, so Liverpool have to do the same. And according to reports in England, Liverpool are confident over the new Divock Origi contract after Origi sat down with Jurgen Klopp and talked it out. Football Insider said that Liverpool are confident that a new 5-year contract can be agreed with Origi before actually the actual season starts. Our first game, I just checked, is on August the 4th against Manchester City in the Community Shield final. That's like the curtain raiser of the season, and then we play Norwich in the Premier League, and after that a European Super Cup final against Chelsea. So in the first 3 games of the season we can win 2 trophies already, and they are not like major big trophies like the Premier League or the Champions League, but they are still trophies, and that could still give a lot of confidence to Liverpool. And Origi haven't given his official decision yet, because he is still on holiday, he hasn't returned for pre-season, but the English newspapers are claiming that the conversation with manager Jurgen Klopp has played a big part in turning Origi's head this summer, because basically Jurgen Klopp is giving assurances to Origi that he will have quite a lot of first team opportunities next season, and with Liverpool being involved in 7 competitions next season, Origi will probably have a lot of playing time, because we need to rotate the squad. We just cannot play Mane, Salah and Firmino in every single game in the season, and Origi only made 12 appearances in the Premier League last season. Almost all of them came from the substitute bench, but the last 2 months of the season for Origi has been incredible, and especially the last 4 games where he scored 4 goals, 2 against Barcelona, the winner against Newcastle, and the goal in the Champions League final. I think after that Origi would probably want to stay at Liverpool, but only if he plays enough games, and this is why it's crucial that Jurgen Klopp has given assurances to Origi himself that if he stays at Liverpool, he will play a lot of games and he will be one of the major players in the squad. And I'm looking forward to it because Origi is still like 22, 23 years old, so he has a lot of potential, a lot of room to grow, and good luck to him. And I really hope that he bangs in a lot of goals for Liverpool, because we need a good backup striker like Origi who can replace either Firmino or Mane in the squad in some games. So bring on the season, I'm looking forward to it. There is just like 13 or 14 days until Liverpool's first preseason game against Tranmere Rovers on July the 11th. So after that we will have really a lot of games to look forward to, and I will be reporting that from them to you guys. So look forward to that. Have a nice day. See you later, guys. Goodbye.